All right, so much new information to get to for you right now. President Trump is pausing the U.S. mission to guide ships out of the Strait of Hormuz. In this social media post, Mr. Trump cited progress towards a deal with Iran. He also noted the U.S. blockade will remain in effect. Yesterday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the offensive phase of the war is now over.
Operation Epic Fury is concluded. We achieved the objectives of that operation. I'm not going to, we're not cheering for an additional situation to occur. We would prefer the path of peace. What the president would prefer is a deal.
Still, the U.S. and its Gulf allies are threatening Iran with new sanctions in a United Nations proposal. That resolution demands Tehran stop attacks on ships in the Strait of Hormuz, stop imposing, quote, illegal tolls, and disclose the location of mines in the waterway. And the chokehold in the strait is still impacting what you're paying at the pump. On average, a gallon of regular gas will now cost you $4.54 today. That's up more than 52% since the start of the war. And if you remember, it's up just 5 cents from just yesterday. CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro kicks off our coverage from our D.C. bureau. Aaron, good morning. So why are we seeing this sudden about-face from President Trump?
Good morning, Errol. President Trump says this came at the request of other countries, including Pakistan, which has served as a crucial mediator between the U.S. and Iran. But he also claims that there has been great progress between the U.S. and Iran towards a final and complete agreement. The effort of Project Freedom to escort those stranded ships in the strait really infuriated Iran this week. It led to low-level fire on U.S. ships as well as tankers from other countries that did not get approval from Iran to cross the strait, to the point that the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran was on incredibly fragile ground. But Trump says they're now close to a deal, and this morning Axios is reporting that the White House does believe it's getting close to a one-page, 14-point memorandum of understanding that would declare an end to the war and set a 30-day window for negotiations on some of the meatier issues in this war, which is Iran committing to a moratorium on its nuclear enrichment, the lifting of U.S. sanctions that has crippled Iran's economy in the past decade, and both sides lifting their restrictions on transit in the strait as the U.S. has maintained a blockade on Iranian ports in that region. Now, we've reached out to the White House for confirmation, but this was something that Secretary Rubio in that briefing on Tuesday hinted at, saying that working out this type of memorandum of understanding and setting a window for future negotiations is something that President Trump would want. We know that the White House still has doubts about the leadership in Iran, claiming it's fractured after U.S.-Israeli strikes took out the former supreme leader. But there is potential for actual progress here, but we will see.
Yeah, we hope to see that happen. Aaron, thank you.